I think that being 22, I was naive at the time. I took an unorthodox path to it. So at that age, I had just lost my sister to a rare cancer. I didn't have a normal job. I was a receptionist at the time at my mother's beauty shop, and I was passing by and I was like, I didn't want to cook anymore because she couldn't eat. She had a rare tongue cancer. So my love for food kind of dissipated, completely evaporated.
How old was your sister when she passed?
She was 19.
She was 19 and
Yeah.
you were
20.
You were 20, so
Yeah.
you were only basically a year apart.
Exactly.
Wow.
Yeah.
And did she, from when she was diagnosed until she passed, was that a long struggle? Was it years? Was it months?
It was about a year and a half.
Okay.
So a short time, really felt like an eternity.
And of course, and how, how did you navigate that while you were growing your career? I mean, because it sounds like at the same time you were dealing with what was happening to your sister, and you were like pushing your career to the next level.
Well, there was a period where, that's when I was the receptionist at the beauty shop, where I wanted to drop it altogether because I fell out of love with food. If she couldn't eat, or savor food or be part of it, I didn't want it anymore. So the cookbook didn't matter. Nothing mattered, and I wanted to go into a different path altogether. But one day I'm sitting answering the phone calls for the appointments, and I'm looking through a little magazine that I don't even know if it goes around. It's called The Flyer.
Okay.
And
I think it still goes around.
Really?
I think the Flyer's still around,
Oh.
at least in South Florida. I think.
Okay. Well, so I'm just flipping there because I'm just passing time, and it said there's a restaurant for sale, like fully for sale, second generation, everything included. And I recognized that the address was right around my parents' home where I lived. So I'm like, oh my gosh, this is like 5 minutes away from here. And this is in the hammocks in Miami. So I'm like, okay, well, I had saved all my money from the cookbook sales and I had no motivation to do anything else with it. So I did what everybody says, like the belief of like, don't put all your eggs in one basket. But I was like, okay, why not? What do I have to lose? I'm young. If I lose it at that point, then I never had this money to begin with. I never thought I would, like with the book, I thought I was going to sell 10 copies and call it a day, So I'm like, all right, let's take a risk and let's do it. So within a week, I was already doing a walkthrough. I told my parents, I'm like, hey, I think I'm going to get a restaurant. Everybody said I was nuts. Adrianne, but you're too young. You haven't even had restaurant experience. You graduated college. You haven't even gone to work at a restaurant. You don't know how to operate.
Hold on.
Yeah.
You opened a restaurant.
Yeah.
And you had never worked at a restaurant before.
Well, I did my internship in college at the Mandarin Oriental, an internship.
Yeah, well, that's an internship. That's not a restaurant job.
No, right. Yeah. No, I have never worked at another restaurant. I've never had any experience anywhere else. No.
But that's crazy.
I know.
That's absolutely crazy. There's no way I would have ever imagined that you opened this restaurant. You've been in business for 18 years now.
Yeah.
And you had never operated a restaurant before.
No, that's why I know the hand of God has always been in my life, good or bad. Like in any situation, has always been guiding me and giving me strength to go to that next step.
But what does that tell the 20 or 22-year-old watching now?
That you have to believe in yourself, have an enormous amount of faith, and be willing to put in 300% effort. One thing, I'm surmising the story, but there was a long stretch of sleepless nights where after, I had to learn through the School of Hard Knocks how to operate, how to manage a team, how do you hire people that are much older than you, how do they respect you when you're 22, when you're leading a team of basically all men in a kitchen, because women aren't really trying to be in a restaurant kitchen. That's really the truth. It still is kind of to this day.
Is that still a problem for you 18 years later? Do you still get employees that don't feel 100% comfortable about a woman telling a man what to do?
100%. It's still to this day. And my executive chef is a woman too. And when she's hiring men that are much older or even younger, they treat her by the wayside sometimes. And so it's important for us to build a strong, like a core team that it's mutual respect to each other. But yeah, it's still an issue to this day. Absolutely.
So you're 22, you're trying to earn the respect of employees, of vendors, I'm sure.
Exactly.
By the way, one of the things that I've always been terrified about the restaurant business, to which I've never been part of, and I don't necessarily think I will be part of, but you never say never, right?
Right, yeah.
But I've been always terrified at the idea of people stealing from you.
So
Is that a real concern?
very real. And I never had anybody steal from me for 13 years until I opened my new restaurant, and somebody stole right under my eyes $150,000 worth of gift card funds. Yeah.